Welcome back to the Playmakers. I'm Nicole Fye, and right now we're going to be talking some football, baby. KU's spring game was held Saturday, but the focus of the practice seemed to be mainly on the defense. Head coach David Beatty praised his guys on a job well done after recording 4 interceptions and holding the offense to only 2 official touchdowns. The defense won 49 points to the offense's 42. So guys, what are some storylines from the game?
Well, first of all, we'll start the offense because they struggle a little bit. Montel Cozart, who will likely start the season, he threw 3 interceptions, and that's, well, we're a little bit used to seeing that.
Yeah.
He's very inconsistent at the quarterback position. But on the defensive end, as you said, 3 points for 3 and outs.
Yep.
And
9 points for getting turnovers.
So it's more like a reward system.
It was.
More like a reward system for the team.
Yeah, what Coach Beatty did, he really bloated the scoring up with all those points. The real score, as we at the Playmakers calculated, was 12-12.
Yeah, you're the numbers guy, so I trust you with those numbers.
Yeah. So it was really an inflated scoring system that didn't capture what happened. And Beatty, he characterized it as a spring game. It was more like a glorified practice.
Where public was coming to watch the game.
Exactly.
And they stopped the game midway through.
Yeah.
And they had linemen catch some returns,
some
punts and kick returns. So I was wondering what they're trying to do with that. I wasn't exactly sure what they were doing. Maybe just for fan enjoyment because they didn't have too many fans there.
The crowd was very small. Most of them were at Rock Chalk Park, actually, for the softball game.
Yeah,
they broke a record.
1,200 people there.
Back to football, though. They did a lot of situations like 3rd and short, 3rd and long, first downs.
And that's where a lot of the offense is going to come in.
True. Yeah, they really wanted to practice situations, and it wasn't a game per se. It was more like a glorified practice.
Well, for more on the quarterbacks, our own Nicole Fye was at the spring game, and she has that quarterback battle situation handled for you. Check it out.
Oh, right, and Ryan Willis was actually sitting out, so we didn't get to see much of him. But with Willis sitting out due to injury, it seems the play calling position is turning into an unforeseen quarterback competition between the likely candidates of Montel Cozart and Willis and one unlikely newcomer. As a team desperately trying to forget an 0-12 season just 5 months ago, Kansas yet again finds itself with a quarterback competition. This year's between senior Montel Cozart and freshman Carter Stanley. With Ryan Willis being injured, Cozart is the presumptive starter, but he'd be the first to tell you that he's capable of a lot more than what he showed today.
I didn't play as well as I wanted to, of course. I tried to force the ball a little bit, get the ball in our playmakers' hands, and I just got to do what the defense allows me to when they're taking things away. Just go through my reads, But I feel like as the day progressed, I got a little better, bounce back, and the guys around me helped me do that as well.
Newcomer Carter Stanley launched himself into the mix with a strong spring game outing, going 12 of 22 for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. Running back Taylor Martin says this is because of a heightened competition in practices.
Yeah, pretty much we pretty much ready for anybody that comes. Like each practice we just try to get competition really.
Cozart started 4 games last season before suffering a shoulder injury against Iowa State. Willis would come in for Cozart and end up starting the rest of the season, which amounted to 8 games. His best game was arguably his best game was a 70% completion rate performance against Texas Tech, where Willis went 35 for 50 and 330 yards. Stanley, a redshirt freshman, comes to KU from Vero Beach, Florida, which is, for me, astonishing because why would you leave the beach to come to not the beach?
Well, it is nice outside right now. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and another place it's like 30 degrees. So
true.
Grateful for the weather here. Let's talk a little bit about these 2 quarterbacks, Kevin. Montel Cozart, he's a senior, kind of got that experience going. He started 2 years already. Let's go through some of the numbers. 18 total games for him. Yep. 52% completion percentage. But that picks, those 10 picks. And only 7 touchdowns. Those are really numbers that stick out.
Yeah, those are Peyton Manning-esque numbers. I have to get my.
Did he just say
that? I like that comparison.
Did he just say that?
I like the comparison.
Nick.
Through 3 seasons and 18 games, he only has 1,680 passing yards. So he's not efficient throwing the ball down the field. And like you said, he has a touchdown to pick ratio of less than 1. So
Look at this math.
yeah,
I love it.
So
love it.
he hasn't been efficient throwing the ball, and even he's a hyper athletic guy, and he can run, but he doesn't even have 400 yards rushing total in his career. So.
That is something it could do if Kansas decides to run some type of option play or some type of spread. You can dip it out to the running back. That's pretty much what you can do. But those long throws where he has to make 40, 30-yard throws, he can't make those.
Yeah. So now let's look at Carter Stanley, the redshirt freshman who got a lot of playing time Saturday. As a senior in high school, he had a 66% completion percentage. He threw for over 3,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, and had almost 600 yards rushing, including one game in which he threw for almost 500 yards and 6 touchdowns.
You can see the cannon he has there, but the problem is these Kansas receivers, so inexperienced and so young, they have to catch those balls and they got to get it in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, the balls hit them they hit them in the hands on Saturday pretty well. We were talking earlier about just a gorgeous throw to the corner of the end